For a fraction of a second, the world breathed around him. The stink of resin, the heat print of the saint before him, the weight of the blade. He let the awareness fall away like the last ash shaken from a cloak and stood in a smaller world, a narrower one, where there was only a line and a destination along it. He moved, not with the hesitation of a man thinking, but with the terrible, serene certainty of a river falling toward the sea. The Gladiator-Saint, momentarily wrong-footed by a blind opponent, checked his forward step. The spear began to redraw its arc, and was too late. Severance drew a diagonal the width of a breath. The cut was neither powerful nor elaborate. It simply followed the line that already existed between the saint's guard and the thing it treasured. The steel slipped through a crease in armor like a whisper delivered to the right ear. The blade sank to its shoulder in the crystalline flower at the saint's chest. The Gladiator-Saint froze. The layered voice thinned into something small and almost human. Incomplete. It did not fall. It came apart. Red petals spooled from the wound in a silent storm, each petal a thin shard of glass-light fluttering in eddies that did not obey the wind. The spear dissolved grain by grain. The helm collapsed inward like paper set to steam. When the last petal faded into powder, only one thing remained on the floor of the husk, a crystal the size of a child's fist, perfectly formed and cut to a geometry the eye could not quite understand. It pulsed with a soft, warm light. Ava's knees found the floor before she realized she had moved. She gathered the crystal in both hands. It was warm, alive, warm, not the counterfeit heat of magic, but the kind that lingers in living things. When she tilted it, the light inside shifted, not like a candle in a lantern, but like... She drew in a breath. Like a distant star seen beneath water, brilliant and far, brightening when she focused on it, dimming when she looked away, as if what lived inside could feel her attention and answer back. A thread tugged at her ether, so faint she could have mistaken it for imagination. It was not a voice, not yet, but the suggestion of one, a pressure against the inside of her thoughts, the first shape a word makes before becoming sound. She pulled the crystal to her chest as if someone might snatch it away. Alanoor opened his eyes. For a moment he looked unmoored, as though he had been carried on a current and set down in a different place than the one he left. His gaze found the sword in his hand as if recognizing it for the first time. "You closed your eyes," Eva said, breathless. "I saw more that way," he replied, and swallowed. He looked at the corpse litter, the petals that were not petals, then at the warm crystal between Ava's palms. "The vision," she told him, in a whisper pitched to stay beneath Kaelin's sleep. The forge, the sage's hands, the binding of instinct into steel, the great lie, with its gifts that wrote obedience into the nerves. The crowds moving in unison toward ships that did not force but invited their wills to vanish. Alanoor's face went still. He said, "My son." "It might mean the one who holds Severance," Ava said quickly because his stillness frightened her. "Not blood, not past. A role, a vow. He built a companion for a hand, not a history." "And yet," Alanoor said, his grip whitening on Severance's hilt, "I felt, when I moved, like I was completing a sentence someone else began a long time ago." "Maybe that is what a memory is," Ava said. "Not a picture of the past, but a path that knows where it leads." She looked down at the crystal again, and the distant light flared, as if taking joy in her noticing. Heat pricked behind her eyes. "They're not just sickness," she whispered. "They're doctrine, disciples." "And soldiers," Alanoor said. He nudged the last of the dissolving petals with his boot. "Saints of something that wants a world without edges." Kaelin stirred and sat up, hair a wild tangle, eyes swollen with sleep. "What happened?" she asked, voice small.